So apparently some of you clicked my YouTube subscribe button, and now I have 5,000 subscribers, which is not really a flex to most YouTubers. You won't usually see a person brag about hitting 5,000 subscribers. It's a drop in the bucket as far as subscribers, but to me it's a big deal because I went into this year going after trying to really build up my YouTube channel. And I know I said I shouldn't have a goal of subscriber count. I should just have a goal of habits. I secretly had a goal that my subscribers would get up to about 10,000 by the end of this year, 2025. And I just hit 5,000. And it's June. So it's just a little over halfway. I think there's a chance I could actually hit that number. But what's crazy about it is I still don't really know what this channel is. And all the YouTube videos and advice I get from other people all say it's really, really important to niche down. Do I say niche or niche? I'm going to go with niche in this video. They say to niche down so that YouTube really understands what your channel is so that it can promote you to the right places, because their job is to try to get as many people to watch YouTube as possible. So in a sense, they kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting. They're finding the right viewers for your channel. I had a video earlier this year that was on 3D printing, and that video kind of went viral. It went to it's up to 135,000 views now, which is unheard of for my little channel. The video wasn't a humorous video. It was just a how-to video about what to do when you first buy a Bamboo Lab printer. It's a certain brand of printer. And I thought it would be helpful to some people. I had no idea how helpful that would be, and it just blew up. And YouTube keeps suggesting you need to keep making videos about 3D printing. But I don't want to get stuck in 3D printing. I love all kinds of creative outlets. I love making art. I love making paintings. I love making music and music production, and I talk about it more than most people want to hear about it. But I'm also really interested in AI and apps and development. I'm very interested in the psychology that goes into being creative. And I think the through line of this channel is I love helping people be creative and unlock creative skills and find ways to get past those resistant points. So let's take a look at this last year and celebrate these 5,000 subscribers, you guys, so thank you very much. And let's take a look at how we got here and what I did. Let's take a look at my channel. I'm going to give you kind of the inside look at what I can see as the administrator of my own channel. And I don't know if you're not supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'll let you see what I'm learning, and just maybe this can help you if you're kind of starting out, or maybe you can laugh at me if you have 400,000 subscribers. You can go, ha, what an idiot. But I'm going to show you a couple things. Number one, I could not decide on what my channel name should be. Originally, this was a music channel. It was called The Triple Threat Artist. It was a class I gave, and then it became On the Hook. And then I started doing 3D printing stuff, and it didn't make sense. So I finally just said, I think I'll just brand it with my name. So it's just my name. So I guess that's my channel is my name. Let's take a look at inside. If we go to my the creator studio, when you have a channel, you get to go, you have your dashboard and stuff. So 5,000 subscribers, that's huge. Thank you guys so much. What's cool is you can go in and see the analytics of when things really started moving. So I actually started this channel in 2013. This channel is 12 years old, but I never really did anything with it. It was just sort of a placeholder for music stuff, and it never really grew very much. It finally broke about 1,000, let's see, back in 2023, or right at the end of 2022, and then it just stalled. But it wasn't till at the end of this year, or the beginning of this year, 2025, and I'm like, I'm going to dedicate myself to making YouTube videos because I really want to start spreading the knowledge that I have in different ways. And I don't have exactly a roadmap on how I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to go for it. So I jumped in, and you can see a huge spike, and that's because I started putting out content. Imagine that. Plus, I started putting out content that I would want to watch. That's one of the secrets, I think. And I heard this from somebody else, is don't put out content of stuff that you would never watch. Another big milestone is I was able to get monetized, which means your channel actually allows you to run ads in your channel. And that happened, I think, in March. So that was kind of a big milestone. I've made $121 since then. Woohoo! But let's take a look at the content. This is the most interesting part to me. I made a video back, one of my first videos I did, it was in February, has hit 136,000 views. So that's crazy to me because if you look at my other videos, they're pretty small. I did have one on January 13th that hit 25,000. That was all about why I 3D print. And I'm really proud of that one. That one kind of started me off. If we take a look at that. So I really went into why I love 3D printing, and that resonated with a lot of people. And it kind of, for me, that was blowing up. I suddenly was having thousands of views, and it's like, oh, wow. This was never meant to be a YouTube or a 3D printing channel, but it just really resonated. So that was interesting. So I made a couple other ones. I made this one all about, are you new to Bamboo Lab? And, I think I told you about that earlier. And that really exploded. And it just is all about sort of lessons, like things you can do. But you can see that I have a lot of footage in this. I actually spent a lot of time thinking about all the things I wish I knew before I started 3D printing. It's kind of technical, and I honestly did not think that this would be a successful video, but it just really resonated, especially in the 3D printing community, which I have a lot of respect for. And it gained me a lot of subscribers. If you look at the subscriber count from just that video, that was 2.4 thousand. So half of my subscribers came from this one video, and that made me $165. Pretty cool. So that's been awesome. I did a couple videos since then. I did one all about this joint, this 3D print joint that I really love. And I kind of started it off as if it's a sketch and I'm talking about falling in love with somebody. And I'm talking about this joint that I'm just in love with. And it was just it's kind of technical, but I thought, what fun way to take something that's very nerdy and make it into something that's funny and silly. So that's kind of resonated with me. And then made another video called How I Fell Down This Rabbit Hole and Making the Perfect iPhone Cradle. That one actually, I've had a lot of people download the design I finally made, which looks like this here. And that's actually been a very successful download for my 3D printing site. But that was a lot of fun, but it took a long time, especially just getting all the parts and everything in order that I needed. I made a couple other funny ones, but the one that I really put the most time into, I started back in like April. It took me about a month and a half to finish, or 2 months. And it's all about why I hate AI, or why I thought I was going to hate AI music, and I ended up kind of falling in love with it. And I talk a lot about different things, and then I launched myself into little silly videos about, and I did some karaoke and stuff to some AI songs that I made. It's ridiculous, but it was so much fun to do. And that one has allotted to about 4,000 or 5,000 views. I thought that one would do a lot more, but it didn't. It really stalled out. So you can see this, it just like that, and didn't go very far. Not sure exactly how to get it back up, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure things out. And you never know when things are going to pop off. So that's kind of what I've done over the last year, about 10 different videos. And then it's a few shorts as well. I've done some silly little shorts and things like that. I did one pretending like I was a Civil War reenactor. I needed a Civil War emblem on my hat. So I actually found a design and printed it out on my 3D printer and then tied it to an old ROTC hat I had to make that work. That kind of prop design was a lot of fun. Printing out a microphone to do karaoke with. But I think the problem is YouTube doesn't really know what my channel is. And I'm not willing to commit to just one thing. I think they would probably really reward me by just committing to 3D printing, because that's what they've rewarded me over the most. But I don't have enough stuff to talk about with that. I love 3D printing, but I'm not obsessed with it. And I don't go down real deep into details with it. I just like sort of enjoying the process of using it for day-to-day stuff and doing a little bit of designing as well. I probably know more about music production and music theory and songwriting than anything else. So I'm really drawn right now to this Suno music, any kind of AI music, really. And I really want to kind of be on the forefront of communicating what songwriters can do with this new technology. So if that's something you like, put down in the comments that you would like to see me do more of that. I also want to showcase people that are other creatives. I've already done one interview with an incredible model designer over in Budapest. I'm going to do another interview with a game designer, a video game designer. And then there's a painter over in England that I really want to interview as well. And I want to put that together in a video all about just people that are really creative and kind of at the top of their fields, and they're doing really, really great stuff, and promote their stuff as well. I think that could be really fun. A friend of mine not too long ago that I grew up with, Amanda, she just wrote a book and published a book, and she's asked me to do the audiobook for it. And so I'm in the process of actually recording an audiobook, which I've never done before, and it's way harder than I thought. But I think I'm going to make a video about that. The art of making an audiobook, the art of video game design and painting and music and 3D printing, and all this stuff is so interesting to me. I would love to interview like interior decorators and architects. I think that is one of the coolest things as well. Anyway, that's what this channel is. And I guess I'm just too stubborn to niche down, even if that's going to sacrifice me growing really fast. But if you like this channel, if you like hearing my thoughts, if you like kind of knowing what else is out there that you can get your hands on creatively, consider supporting me in the form of subscribing and liking and that kind of thing. That would be awesome. I don't have anything to sell you. This is just a celebration video about hitting 5,000 subscribers. So thank you guys very much. Talk to you next time. Peace.